Wednesday night, you know what Wednesday night means? Wednesday night means it's finals night. After Monday's qualification, which I managed to come in last, I've still managed to make the final because a couple of people, I nobbled them yesterday. I got some of my mates round there to basically nobble them so that it meant I was in the final. So I'll be in the next semi, but this is the first semi, which is probably more competitive than mine. And in this one, we've got Danielson 15, we've got Gavin, who's making his debut. He made his debut on Monday. He's got himself into finals night, so well done to him. We've got Matt Morris, also Kenny Shep, also, and somebody called Care Bear, who's also called Matt. So this is a pretty good lineup for our first semi-final, to be fair. And at this point, I'm going to say a big shout out to our Mr. Berries there, who is your cameraman for this evening, who's taking over from somebody called Kyle. Oh yeah, that's him. Because he's racing. Did we miss him out? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, where would we want to miss him out? If there were bookmakers... Oh, you're still there. You're still there, are you? I just want to know what the odds are on you crashing. Actually,
they're pretty high. You should take bets on if I won't crash.
We'll put it this way. I think we can have a contest. Who can last longer in their respective race without crashing? I think you will win, actually.
Let's have a look-see. I'm going to dive into the race and check I got enough fuel.
No worries. Good luck. Top 3 gets you there.
Thank you.
All the best. So, like I say, without further ado, we're straight into this. And again, big shout out for Berries, as I said before, in case you missed that. He's the guy giving you these pictures that you're getting to look at. So, you know, without him doing that, you ain't looking at these. You're probably looking at, I don't know, something boring instead. So, this is it. Forget the times, forget everything. Just finish in the top 3. That is all that matters. And at the moment, the camera is on our man. Oh, it was. It's just moved on to somebody else. But we're just reckoning that in first 3 races in qualifying, Kyle managed to find something other than the tarmac or the gravel. It was mainly a wall. But hey, his look might change. You never know. In Spain, we managed to get Ripper, who didn't even initially qualify for the final, who's a good racer, but he didn't actually qualify through a bit of misfortune. Got himself into the final through somebody dropping out and won the event. So, hey, it can be done, unless you're me. So, again, the guys just making last minute tweaks to their vehicles, if they so wish to do. But this could be interesting. I'm going to say look out for Care Bear Matt, who is to your left as you're looking at the screen on the front row there, alongside Danielson. He will get off to a good start because he does do the clutch dipping thing, which, if you know what you're doing, you know what I mean by that. But we should be ready to go any moment now. We are ready to rock and roll. 6 men on the grid. Hopefully we get 2 good 6-man races and we're ready to go. The lights are ready, the sounds are going, they're ready to go. And again, Matt gets a good start. And just behind him in the second row, the two teammates there get off to brilliant starts as well, but Care Bear Matt there with Matt Morris and Kenny Shep, the 2 teammates there, just hot on his tail. Again, amazingly, Kyle has managed to get through. He's going to take a joker. He's being chased down that joker lap. This could be tight going in here. Oh, he takes that well. He comes out. He's gone and got that joker in quick. Oh, that's tight coming out. I thought they were going to be 3 abreast there. He's losing it on this one, but he should get the regain coming around this side there. That gets it back, doesn't it? So at the moment, Care Bear's just been taken by Matt Morris, who got a really cracking line around there. But again, just for those of you that might not know, I will repeat this throughout the night, but don't worry. As you can see at the top there, these are 6-lap races as opposed to the 4-lap races that we have. Oh, a bit of contact there. I'm not sure whether Care Bear was looking to also do the joker there, but that's the difficulty. It's such close proximity racing here. But it's all good fun. And in fairness, as I said before, and I'll say it again, it's testament to the guys that we have relatively few incidents. Like I say, Gavin's first final, yes, he's in last place, but that's certainly no disgrace because I'll be in last place in mine by a long way. So 4 of the guys have taken jokers. We've got the 2 Matts, Matt Morris and Mr. Care Bear there. Just in behind him, he's sandwiched in between the 2 teammates. Danielson in 4th place, and we've got I think Matt Morris has just gone in. Yeah, he's gone in for his Joker. I don't think he took that very well from what I could see there. It looked as if he lost a little bit, and he did. But he's still there. He's still there. The main thing is you don't get any points. Well, you do. You don't get any prizes, particularly for winning the race. Just getting the top 3, that gets you in the final. You do get points, of course. You get the 6 points for winning, 5 for second, 4, so on and so on. And you can work the rest, can't you? But at the moment, I think he's going to leave it until the last lap. Or will he go now? Looking at the angle he's gone there, I reckon he's going to not do it. Noticed how I held off there, just in case. I could cover myself either way there, couldn't I? So anyway, if you are watching this, why? What else could you have done tonight? No, I'm joking. I'm glad you're with us. Hope you enjoy watching. And give us some critique on the YouTube channel. If you like what you see, then tell us. If you don't like what you see, don't say a damn thing. But like I say, this is a good race, in all fairness. No, I said before, no disrespect to Gavin, but Care Bear Matt's got himself just under a second of a lead. It's going to be tight when he takes his Joker. Is he gonna take it now, or is he gonna? I couldn't quite tell the angle he was going round there. I thought he went narrow, so I thought he might have gone for the Joker. He did. He did go for the Joker. I thought that arrow there, but this is going to be tight. He's come out well. I think he got the right angle going into that Joker, so it made him a bit of time. He did lose a tad, only about 0.1, 0.2 of a second, but he's kind of got it back now. So all he's got to do is not do anything silly. I think the front 3 are done. It's just a case of what order are they going to be in. Barring any disasters, we're certainly looking at Care Bear, Matt Morris and Kenny Shep, which before the race, those of you that know all these guys, you might well have chosen these 3 in all fairness, and that is certainly not disrespectful to either Danielson, to Kyle or to Gavin, who's, as I said before, he's in his first. Have we got somebody crashed there? Somebody crashed. Is that Gavin? Did he? I think he might have lost the car there, and in fairness, he could see that Care Bear Matt was coming up on him. And in fairness, I'll give you kudos there, mate, for basically pulling over to the side of the track and avoiding affecting the race in a way that you wouldn't have wanted to do. So kudos there on your first ever semi for pulling over and making sure that you gave the track clear to everyone else. So that deserves a mention. In the meantime, Care Bear Matt takes semi number 1. Matt Morris just behind him in second place with his teammate Kenny Shep in third. Danielson in fourth, and not too distinctively uncreditable fifth for Mr. Kyle, who didn't crash from what I saw, but he'll tell me differently in a sec. And Gavin, again, not disgraced in your first semi-final, mate. And extra special kudos for doing what you did at the end there, because you knew that if you stayed there, you might have caused a problem. So well done for that, mate. That wraps up semi number 1, and guess what? In semi number 2, there is this amazing person racing in it. Everyone else might as well not turn up, because yeah, it's me.
I think you're going to win this one.
If I was on my own, I think I'd still lose. How did you find that? Again, you got an half decent start, but a bit more tentative this time.
It was a good race. It's just the guys are very quick.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, I think anyone who's seen people race would have picked that top 3, and might well have picked it in that order. Going off Monday, it went pretty much true to form, I think. Well, like I say, Gavin did himself proud. He got into the semi, and at the end there, I think what he did was absolutely the right thing. Because he'd lost the car, and rather he knew that Care Bear Matt was catching up on him, and he just pulled out to the side, basically sacrificed the rest of his race.
I didn't see that. I think I was a bit too far behind for that.
Yeah, but it was a good sensible move that he did the right thing. So I give him kudos for that. That was really good going.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
good
but
sportsmanship.
Yeah,
that's
it was
like
nice. Yeah, it was. It was nice to see. It was very nice to see. I will try and do the same, because I'll be that poo. I'll be in a different time zone to everybody else.
No, man, you're going to have other people pull over and let you pass. Yeah,
so they're all going to sit there by the line, and nobody's going to pass it, and I'm going to be like the tortoise, just trick. You know, I've just basically run along behind all their cars and slipped a banana in their tailpipe. so that they won't, their cars will just
anyone that's
not
watched
start.
Top Gear knows what it does when you put things that aren't supposed to be there.
Yeah, it's not good all round, in all honesty. And the other thing I could do is sort of like, you know, just do something with the fuel injectors and pumps and pipes and things, so they can just like splutter to a grinding halt about 10 yards after the start line. But I think the likes of Sean, Berries, they must be quaking in their boots.
Maybe if you rev your car enough, they'll all do a jump start.
Yeah, I'll just pretend. I'll just pretend to. You know what? Actually doing a jump start myself would save me from embarrassment, but I'm not going to do that. I wouldn't do that. I can only get better. That's the thing. That's the good thing about being crap. You can only get better. Mind you say, yeah, you could get worse, I suppose, but that would be kind of really, really bad. So bear with me a second, just in case this makes noise, because I'm literally. Mind you say, yeah. That's all right. I was just basically putting up the stream on my other screen.
No worries.
Just so I can flick between that and us. So what have we got?
There's one person missing. I'm just checking.
So am I. I'm Steve. Is it Steve? Steve.
I think it's Steven.
Yeah. Oh, because I saw him. I saw the messages with him earlier on. So
he has been struggling with his internet for a while, so I don't know if maybe he's having issues.
Yeah, that's true.
I think he moved house, and here in South Africa, it's not the easiest thing to get your internet sorted.
Yeah, it's like here they just do. Yeah, we'll just transfer. It's a couple of electronic presses of a button, and away you go. Whereas, yeah, if you're, I imagine the way that you are. Oh, he's here. After all that, he's here. I was going to say we couldn't see his license, but we can now. So everybody's in. I am in the right car. Yeah, I had to think about that then. I'm in the blue with the... Yeah, that's right. Because the other one's orange with blue wheels, and I'm in the right one. Well, it don't matter. If I get a 10-second penalty anyway, you can't get any worse than last. But yeah, I'm in the right car because I always go blue. In truth, the one thing I will probably do between now and the next event, because we've got a couple of weeks, which gives me enough time to get some practice in one time, but the other thing that I'll probably look to do is how to better set up the car, because I'm just going in stock as is, which may or may not, I don't know what the stock settings are like. I've not explored that yet, because it was only kind of last minute I decided to race. I thought, what the hell, I'm involved in this, how much better a way to learn about it than to actually do it. So when I'm speaking, I can talk firsthand, and actually it helps people to realise it's not quite just that simple. Unlike me, which is very simple.
Alright guys, so you guys will be seeing this from Scott's view.
Yeah, which means you'll be able to see all the cars in front.
He's going to drive in reverse so you can watch everyone try catch him.
Yeah, it'd be like, you know, like those handicap races where one car goes on the first thing and the other cars go like once. I reckon I could do a whole lap before this lot and they'd still catch me. But it's fun. It's all about experience.
I'm sure once you start getting it.
Yeah, it'll just take me a little while. Bit of practice. Practice makes perfect with everything. But I think if I've got to pick on here, the guys see, yeah, the tuning setup says circuit. It's a tarmac setup for circuits. I certainly don't want that, do I?
No, you don't want a circuit setup.
That's what I ran with the other night. That's what I ran with on Monday. No wonder it felt planted. So if I pick dirt setup,
you do want it to not slide too much, because if it slides a lot, you lose quite a bit of speed. These cars aren't like the supercars.
Yeah, there's not quite the same kind of torque in there, and that is there.
No, it takes a while to get out of a drift in these cars.
See, that's the mistake. Oh, sugar! I'm about to reset all my changes. No, I don't want to do that. But the things that I've got are, like, the brake ducts are open 100%, everything's open 100%, which is going to make me slower. I don't need help to be slower. I'm slow enough.
Just remember your fuel. Just double check your fuel.
That's what I'm just doing now.
The big mistake guys make coming from the qualifying is they put as little fuel as they can, and then they forget to change it.
Yeah. I had 103 laps worth of fuel, which I think's a bit much.
I think that's enough.
I think it is. And sorry if there's a little block just appeared, but it's just told me that Magnus is online. I'm sure you all want to know. Right, I think I'm ready to stop. Or go. Am I last?
You are on the outside, I think. No, you're not the pink car, you're the blue one. You're right dead bang in the middle.
Happy days. I'm going to call this Rallycross 5. I've got to pick something very quick to call it. So there you go, guys. That's how not to set up your car. You've just seen me. Right, here we go. Here goes nothing. Oh God, I'm smack in the middle. Sorry, everybody. This will be interesting. That was a good start. I thought I jumped it actually.
One on your left.
Very good.
Oh,
Right
this
side.
feels massively different. I'm not on the track, am I? I forgot about that bit. Someone followed me.
Watch your
There you
right.
go, now you've got a better view of everyone else.
Okay, he's near you.
I might do my Joker now because I've got a chance.
That's right. Ahead of you and ahead of Reddick we have Barry Ensign.
Is Steve in front? Steve's winning, isn't he?
Stephen is winning, but I'm saying the guys in the Joker with you are Barry Ensign and Reddick.
Ah, right there, okay. This does feel massively different now. It feels better. By a mile. I'm still rubbish, but I might not get lapped. Yeah, it does feel hugely different, and I've done my Joker. Ooh, that looked a bit tasty. Oh, was that Steve? I've just...
That was Stephen. Stephen must have crashed somewhere. I missed it.
It's got to have been by the Joker, because that's where he is.
Probably the same sort of story as what happened a few times on Monday.
Yeah,
When you enter, you know, it's quite a dangerous entrance.
It is a toughie. It is really, really awkward, isn't it? Because you're literally coming around, you know, a blind corner, very much a 90-degree corner. And in truth, I think the best exponent that I saw on Monday was Magnus. He approached it really well, and he managed to get a real full Scandinavian flip going. So I mean, fifth, only need to hit two more
What you
people.
want to try to do for the Joker entrance is hug that inside curve as much as you can, because
Yeah,
if
and he
you
did
leave
that
a bit
well.
of an opening there, a guy will try to take the
Hit
gap
him.
and overtake you, and then
Well, that's what happened,
it's
didn't
too
it?
late. It's too late when he does that. You can't just cut you off from him, and it's
Yeah,
going to be an
it-
exit.
And especially if it's the last lap, which I think it was on that particular incident we're thinking about, and it wasn't a case of aborting the Joker, which I think happened in the last semi. I think it might have been Care Bear Matt, was going to go through his Joker lap, and I think he had someone on his inside, so he thought, right, okay, it's a recipe for disaster, we're not going to do that. I'm interested to see what my lap times are if they're better than... I didn't get under 41.1, I think was my best on Monday, and I forgot to change gear. So I was in fourth, so I just lost loads then.
So we've got Barry Answer out ahead, Barry's in second, and Reddick in third at the moment. That's
Yeah, Steve's going to catch me.
getting through.
Feel a bit sorry for
as of
Steve.
now.
Go on, mate, go past me. You might as well. You
He was
quicker.
doing very well at the beginning.
But yeah, this felt much different. I had the car set up for circuits, no wonder I was strapped pants on Monday. Not that I'm saying I would have been much better anyway, but I could have overtaken
I'm
him
sure
then.
he would have been much better.
Yeah, I just need some practice, I think, just in like where I'm trying to throw it. Oh, that's my first proper trying to throw it. It kind of worked.
Final lap now.
Yeah, I think that'll improve. I'm usually alright at drifting, it's just the car felt mega planted on Monday. Now I know why. I haven't crashed yet either. That's amazing. No, I'm not going to do a
Barry Answer crosses the line in first. Barry's right behind him in second. We have Reddick finishing now in third. Those are the three through to the final.
See, again, that's how things show. I mean, I know Sean was a bit gutted at first because he thought he'd missed out. When he's capable on his day, he could win this. He's capable. He's very capable. Well, I'm pleased I got to the end and I didn't crash. So, hey, yeah, you Mr. Care Bear, what you on about saying go Ratek? You were going to be my #1 fan. That's it. I'm getting rid of you. You're done. You're done, mate. You're just disqualified. Well, that's a good. What was my best time? Yes, 39.8. it's like
That's
1.4
pretty good.
seconds.
I only got like a 38 myself. So that's
Well,
pretty
for
good.
me, that's 41.1 was my best time Monday night. So that's all right. I'll take that. That was good. But now I know. I was set up for circuit. So yeah, I wasn't quite as shit. Oh, I know it's before 9 o'clock, people, but it's shit. It's not that bad a word. I didn't say anything like the others, which I'm not going to say because I'm good. Anyway, that sets us up for a very good final. That's like I say, a bit of a shame for Steve, but that's one of these things that happens in this genre. It's by nature of what it is. If you ever watch any real rallycross, which I have had the privilege of doing so, it's quite eventful, isn't it? Let's be fair. I think we have less crashes in this than they do. That's from what I've seen, anyway. So you're just going to get everyone.
The other three, so Care Bear, Matt Morris, and Kenny go through from the first race.
Yeah, that's correct. I say this is a pretty stacked final. In all fairness, this is any final.
Be a good one. All these guys seem like they're pretty much the same sort of speeds. They're all in the 37s.
I think it's just who gets to that first corner first. Really, I think if you get into that clean air, this track has actually felt massively different then, because the car's set up differently, obviously, and it felt as if I could have tried to throw it. I only tried doing that right at the end because I just wanted to be not a hindrance to anyone else, but I kind of enjoyed that. I really did. That was good fun. That made me feel much better than Monday did, because Monday just felt weird.
They are very nice cars, actually. Even when you're not the fastest, like myself included, you still have good fun in them.
That was enjoyable. It just felt it felt like I'd just got in a different car, absolutely, completely. And in terms of setup, it was, because you can't get more different than the circuit setup to this, I dare say. So what we've got Mr. Berry's missed the shot. Yeah, he should be back with us. He might have just gone to a quick trip to the call of nature. She may have been screaming, which was probably what she was doing to you on Monday night. In fact, she was probably bailing and wailing down the street. They could, I'm not saying it was loud or anything. They could probably hear you, probably in Abu Dhabi. But
probably.
Yeah, and I just basically single-handedly increased the sea levels by about 3 inches when I went. I never thought I was going to get away. Anyway, enough of toilet humour. Let's have a look. Who's your money on? Tough one, this. I think
it's going to be very close. To be fair, I think Care Bear did a lot of practice last season in these cars compared to a lot of the guys.
Did he?
I recall correctly, he was only racing this series, not the
right. He didn't do the supers.
He's got quite a bit of time in these cars, I think. So
yeah,
he's going to be interesting.
I mean, I know him from racing elsewhere in different type of racing, in circuit racing, and he's pretty damn proficient there too. He's a good all-rounder by the look of it, to be fair.
And I think these cars sort of handle better like that. Is you want to drive them like a circuit car more than a rally car almost.
Yeah, I didn't feel. I mean, again, for me, from a beginner in rallycross, but somebody who's got quite a lot of experience in circuit racing, I think the car in standard format, in default format, set up for rallycross, felt really, really decent. It felt comfortable, loose, but not that loose that you're going to lose it. That's how it felt. Here's Matt. So there we go.
Okay.
So final number 1 of the rally lights, if you like, in this wonderful place in France that I didn't mention at all on Monday, and I'm not going to mention it all today either. But it's yeah, well, you can all see it anyway.
It's a big shame that none of our French drivers got to take part in this race.
This is true.
We had one signed up.
Yeah, and he could have tutored us, couldn't he? He could have told us. Is it Lahec? Or, ooh la la, no. I want to say Santa Maria, which is more Italiano, you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. I'd be rubbish if I went on. across to Europe.
We'll just call it Race of France for now.
Yeah, that works for me.
Until someone can educate us.
I mean, in English it'd be Lohique, but it's not Lohique. It'll be Loic or something like that.
No,
that's
you say Lohique, I say Lohic.
Yeah, I think Loic.
French people probably say it completely different.
They do.
So
they'll probably say it's France. Spain. We'll call it Dave. Anyway, here we go. We're ready to rock and roll. Everyone's got their cars set up.
We'll name it after the winner.
Yeah, we'll call it whoever wins this race. So anyway, first Rally Likes final. Ready to go. Who's going to get that start? Oh! Did Kerber Matt get a rapid start? That was massive. That was massive. To get in front of the teammates. That is steaming. So we got two sets of teammates here. Obviously we got Kerber Matt and Ratek. Oh, two teammates just hit one another. We got Matt Morris and Kenny Shep just. Oh
Still,
no!
Again.
Oh no! They're taking each other out.
Tenny.
Oh no! And I would imagine, even though this is going to be the battle, there's a bit of contact there. But I think, to be fair to Matt Morris, I think he pulled out of that a bit because that could have got really naughty. But he's sandwiched in between Care Bear Matt and Ratek. But Ratek's already taken his Joker lap, so that could have a play into this. This is a really good tight final. The top three have kind of made their own race, but in all fairness, Berries is catching up there. He's gaining on him.
I think with all the fighting that's going on, Berries going to capitalise.
Yeah, and he's taken. Him and Ratek have taken their Jokers, so. If the two guys in front, and I think watch them do the exact opposite, I think that they will probably leave off the Jokers until the death, because.
But Ratek is creeping up here on the inside.
He's gonna get. He looks like, and like I say, he's took his Joker, so that's going to make it tough for Matt Morris. It's going to make it really tough for him, because if he goes wide coming into it, I think he's looking for it. No, he's got to pull out. But Kerberg,
better about it.
Yeah, Kerberg. Oh no! That's going to Berry's eyes must have lit up. Oh, this is tight because Kerber's messed it up. He was coming along the barriers all the way round, so he's lost it there.
He's overtaken by Matt. Matt overtakes Kerberg.
But Matt's got to do his Joker, so. This is really, really good. In all fairness, this is the tightest race we've had.
We do know the Joker isn't that much more,
yeah,
so you never know.
There's not a lot in it, but it's going to be tough for Matt Morris to get the right line. See, it's going to be hard for him, because he's got
Kerber creeping on his inside there, so
yeah,
if he doesn't
it's a four-man battle this now. He needs enough of a gap to be able, and he's he's lost it there. He's lost it. He has lost it. He might gain it. He might gain it back here. Ratek's gonna. Oh no! Matt Morris has lost his, and Berries is into third. Oh, that's ruined.
Kerber is still in
the lead.
Oh
no! Berries and Matt Morris. Berries and Matt Morris. Yeah, he's got. I'm trying to look at the replay of that. It's, you know what? That's really tough. Not that I want to blame anybody. That's really tough to put it on anyone from what I could see there. In truth, I just think it might have been a case of Project Cars lock when the two cars get together. It looked as if
cars side by side there. So
it was, but in the meantime, two teammates, 1 and 2. Matt Morris is going to take his Joker on the third. He's going to have to take it now, isn't he? He's got no choice.
This is the last lap.
He's got to take it, which could give. Oh man, he's
very stay wide if he wants to.
Shawnee's going to go through. So Matt Morris goes in. I think he'll come out behind Shawnee. Will he or not?
It depends how wide Sean takes this.
Yeah, this is close. He is behind him. I thought that was going to be. That looked as if. But he must have a bit of damage there. So Care Bear Matt. Oh, look at these two!
Oh,
as he pushed him off.
Finish.
I just muted myself because I coughed. I wasn't sure with that whether Shawnee had got pushed out by Matt. So I think
time. Check the total time.
Look at that, man. Look at that.
The same time.
Look at that. That is mental, isn't it? That is mental as anything.
I don't even know how that gets decided.
How can you get? Well, it's given it to Sean. It's given it to Sean. The game has given it to Sean, so it must be on count back, i.e., tens of thousands of seconds, because the 357.054. Well, have we ever had that before?
That's the first time I've seen that. That's mental.
You know what I think they've done it on? I think they've done it on best lap time, because Shawnee's best lap is 37.071 and Matt Morris is 37.8. I reckon that's what they've done it on. It goes on count back.
That's one of the craziest things I've ever seen on this.
That's what I think it is. So that answers a question that we didn't even think of asking, if you work that one out. That is mental. But in all fairness, congratulations to Matt Care Bear and his teammate Ratek, giving it a 1-2. They couldn't have asked for better. In all fairness, that was a storming race. Come on, guys, you're quiet on the old chat. Tell us what you think about that. Was that amazing or what? That was quite an amazing race, to be fair. I think Berries was a bit unlucky again. He was at the back. He got himself back in contention, and there was a bit of contact between him and, I'm not sure whether it was it him and Matt Morris? Yeah, it was. But from what I could see at first glance, it didn't look like there was anything obvious there. You know, if there is, we'd obviously let you know.
So
but it was brilliant.
The big cars now.
That was brilliant. Little brother's over, big brother's time now. And not as in Big Brother we're watching everything, but Big Brother as in double your horsepower, open up your throttle and make some rust. Well, put it this way, if any of these races live up to that, that's the best race I've commentated on so far.
Yeah, you know? There was too much action to focus on any one thing.
Oh no, it was impossible. It's a pity that we don't get a more broad, wide-angle camera. That doesn't give us that option. That'd be brilliant for Rallycross. It would give us a much broader spectrum. To which, okay, the cars would be smaller because of the size of the picture, but I think you'd get a better viewpoint of everything. You never know. Project Cars could be nice. Maybe Project Cars 3 or whatever they want to call it when PlayStation 5 comes out, but generally Trackside's the one that works the best, isn't it? It gives us a better format of most of it. But
if we're asking for what we want for Project Cars 3, we just got to say more focus on Rallycross. We love Rallycross.
Yeah, definitely. Or even bring out 2 versions of Project Cars.
Yeah, I would buy a Rallycross version of this game.
I would. It's mental, and I think if they could focus, if you brought it out in two different games, albeit A and B parts of the same game, you think you would have so much more graphic movement. Not movement, it's not the word. You'd have so much more space within the realms of what you can do on PlayStation to broaden the horizons, because you wouldn't have the massive content that you'd have in the first game in the track version. I think that's doable. I reckon we should do what SMS did, do our own crowdfunding and build our own game. Just use these dudes to do it. It'd be mental, wouldn't it? But look, it's a case of bringing a genre to the people, isn't it? Sometimes, because it's like, say, even in the UK here, where we tend to get most things without sounding big-headed. I don't want it to sound like that, but in all honesty, you get into Finland, Norway, Sweden, etc. You get into all these countries, and Rallycross just plays a far bigger part in life than it does here. And I think...
Yeah, especially for here. I mean, we only started to really know what Rallycross was when World Rallycross started racing in Cape Town. So
yeah, you know, they brought a new genre to it.
Most people here still don't know what Rallycross is here.
Yeah, but it's only going to increase in popularity. That's the word I'm looking for. It's only going to get better.
I'm just going to go jump into a chat with some guys and figure out where Harvard is.
Yeah, just wait. Oh no, didn't he say he couldn't make it? Or did I get that? Was that Helmer? Sorry, that's me getting my H's all mixed up now, isn't it?
I also get all my H's mixed up.
That's alright, you could be a Londoner and just drop your H's. Anyway, so while Kyle is just going to find out and wait and see, because it's finals night, I know we normally say we just give people 30 seconds, but because it's finals night, we got that little bit more time on our hands. We can kind of give people a little bit more leeway, shall we say, for want of better words. You know, it's finals night, isn't it, at the end of the day? Would you like it if you qualified, you'd done all that hard work on Monday, and just because you needed a call of nature or something, oh, you missed out. So on a finals night, yeah, we've got a little bit more scope, shall we say, a bit more leeway to give the guys. Anyway, tell me what you think about that last race if you watched it. What did you think of the first RF2 final? I thought it was storming, to be quite honest. It's the best race I've commentated on, even though,
right,
you know, it's in its infancy.
Knows where Harvard is.
Okay.
Just going to send him another invite and then go.
Well, like I said, I just said while you're away, I know our normal rule is like the 30-second thing, and on a Monday we're kind of, you know, it's a tight sked, but on a finals night we've got a little bit more leeway, to be fair.
You want all the guys to be there.
Yeah, exactly. What I said was everyone's putting to work on Monday night. The last thing you want is a call of nature at the wrong time, and because of that, you miss because of a piss. That's just bad. I know I'm a poet and I just don't know it. I know it just gets worse, honest. It really doesn't get better. But no, I think it's been good. I'm not saying that Spain's finals night wasn't good, but I think this is first RF2, and if the rest of it goes like that, that's going to be good. You know, fairness.
All right, we're going to go for it. Unfortunately, I don't think he's online.
Okay, well, there's nothing we can do about that. We've given him every.
That just means I've got a slight more chance to go through.
Hey, 3 out of 5. You got a 60% chance of achieving.
Yeah.
Best of luck anyway, and hopefully, if you continue what you did in the last race, then you ain't gonna crash. That's good.
Yeah, it's easier said than done in these cars.
True.
I'll be happy if I don't blow my engine on the 6th lap, so watch out for that.
Yeah, that's the point. I closed my radiator as well. Hey, what hell?
Mine's fully open, but I'm still blowing it on the 6th lap.
You're doing something, then. I don't know what it is you're doing to that, but you need to stop, obviously, because you're going to cost yourself so much money in engines. And 600 brake horsepower engines are not cheap. You'll be living on like salad cream and soup for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to jump in now.
No worries, all the best. Have good fun. So, as we get ready, this is semi-final number 1, obviously, of the supercar classification. And as you can see, we got Johnny in first place there, with our lovely Kyle in his favourite position, which is top left as you're looking at it on the front row of the grid. Look for Comaneci there on the outside in number 3 there, and obviously we have Mr. Care Bear again in the Honda this time. Oh, we're off for a start. I think that's a cracking start again for Care Bear, but Kyle's got an excellent start. Matsucic has done well. Something's happened to Comaneci there. I'm not sure what happened to Comaneci there. He didn't quite get the start he usually gets, but here we go. We have Kyle leading. He's gone a bit wide there, but he's still leading, and we think somebody's gone into Joker there. Was it Care Bear went into Joker? I'm not sure. So at the moment, we're still coming to the end of lap 1. Oh, Johnny's just got on the inside of Kyle, but he managed to take that back. Coming back around. Oh, he's just lost it. He might get taken by Matsucic on the inside. No, he doesn't. Oh, Johnny and Matsucic. Oh, that's... Again, I'm trying to look at the replay of that. I can see the replay of that. And it's... I think at the end of the day, I think Matsucic caught the curb, which pushed the back of his car around into Johnny, so he couldn't really help that from what I can see at first glance. That's unfortunate for Johnny, because he's an exceptional driver, to be fair. So Matsucic has lost time, but Kyle's still got the lead. He's still in the lead. He must be suffering from altitude sickness. He's never been this high up the leaderboard after 2 laps. Forgive me, but anyway, it's working well for him because behind him there's a lot of a battle going on. Comaneci, oh no, Matsucic and Johnny. Is it Matsucic and... oh no, Matsucic and Kerber. Oh no, I'm not sure what happened there. I think Kerber was coming round and I think Matsucic caught the front of him again. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but at the moment that's brilliant for Kyle, in all fairness to him. Not that I'm biased, I'm not at all. It's really unfortunate for Matsucic and Kerber there at the back. Johnny's got himself back into 3rd, which he might have worried about in the beginning. So, like I say, Kyle's in 1st, but he's still got to do the Joker yet. When's he going to take it? Is he going to go now? Which will give Comaneci, it looks like he's going to go now. He's going now. He got the right run into there. Can he keep the lead from Comaneci coming through? This is going to be so damn tight. He must have lost it on the bend down the Joker lap because he's lost 1st. But he might be able to hold 3rd for Johnny. There's still 2 laps to go. Johnny's certainly got the pace to catch Kyle. He's definitely got the pace to catch him. And Comaneci, who didn't have the best of starts, has got himself into the lead. So that shows you these races being 6 laps rather than 4. You've got that extra scope. I think it's all over bar the shouting for the 2 lads at the back, unfortunately for them. But you never know. Anything goes in this game. It's unfortunate for them both, for Matsucic and Kerber, especially after Kerber winning the RF2. I'm sure he would have been looking to get himself a pretty good solid double there, which would have been, I don't know if it's the first time it's been done, but it would certainly have been a brilliant effort. Anyway, at the end of lap number 5 we are coming to, so at the moment into the final lap, Comaneci leads from 1.5 seconds from Johnny, and Kyle is in 3rd. So those are your 3 finalists at this point in time. Kerber's trying his proverbials off to try and catch up, but I think it's going to be a forlorn effort. Matsucic again, you know, in all fairness, what happened to them I didn't get to see brilliantly. Even with the replay, I get the benefit of seeing that about 10 seconds after the live stream, which helps in certain situations, I've got to say. So anyway, Comaneci takes the win. Johnny takes the 2nd place, and well done, mate, to Kyle for taking 3rd. Unfortunate for Kerber, Matt, and for Matsucic in 4th and 5th with their little crash there. Again, not apportioning any blame. It was really hard to see what there was, if ever there was. If ever there was, that's the Wizard of Oz. Never mind, that's enough of that. Anyway, well done, mate.
Thanks.
If you're there with me.
Expecting that.
Yeah, I thought you were going to get altitude sickness after leading in the for 2 laps. Did you mess up the corner in the Joker lap? Not going into it. You got a really good run into it.
I nosedived a bit
right.
and hit sort of the ground and ended too wide.
Because I knew something cost you about 3/4 of a second. That's as much as I knew.
Yeah, and then when I had John there, or Johnny behind me, I just panicked a bit and I went wide again into the sand somewhere else.
Because he had you on the left-hander. You had it right to come back on the right-hander, and then kind of lost it a little bit on the next one, but he had the pace, to be fair.
I tried to give him some space because
there was enough room.
All 3 of us are actually teammates, so it's quite cool.
There was
all 3 of us into the finals.
It was just a pity. I mean, for you guys, it's brilliant. It was a bit of a shame for Care Bear Matt, because he was having a good race, and I did ask this in commentary because I don't know. Has a double ever been done, RF2 and Rallycross? As in,
it has.
It has, right, okay.
The last one I remember was Jacques won Hell last season for both.
Oh, right, okay. Fair play to him. I thought you were going to say someone like Comaneci or something. Again, special kudos to him in that race, because he did not get the best of starts. He went straight into the wall. So I think he was last. I think he was last into corner 1, so...
I actually had a joke with all the guys earlier. I said, let's try get all our Renaults into the finals. So far, we've done it.
Kind of worked, didn't it? No, but in fairness, and Johnny obviously had a bit of a crash. So, but again, the boy's got some pace.
Speed.
Oh, he has got speed like nobody else I've seen, apart from possibly Magnus on his day when he's flying. That's but he's got some serious pace. Man, you're saying that. I mean, so is Care Bear Matt, in fairness, but Johnny just seems to have that little bit, as the French would say, if we're keeping it topical, je ne sais quoi, which means I don't know what. But he has that certain something. There you go. You see, my French O level wasn't totally wasted, was it? Even though it was.
I'm just surprised that I was able to not blow my engine, to be honest.
Did you have any engine damage at all? Just out of interest.
I did.
Or did you not notice?
In the last few laps, you start to get quite a bit.
You start building. Well, under 30 should not affect you.
The thing that really makes it difficult though is the tire wear. On the last like 2 laps, your tires are pretty.
I don't feel that much with the lower powered cars. But again, we're not flipping, we're not tail spinning, and obviously when you're taking the corners, the wheels are still full throttle. So you're obviously, that's basically going to leave more flat spots than the Flat Earth Society would swear there are. To keep it topical. So anyway, I think some of the guys might have just given themselves a little bit of a breather between that semi, which is fair enough. Got to be fair to them. I think they need a minute or two to kind of calm down. They've been eventful. Again, when it comes to the semis, if something happens in them, it's the one thing you don't want to happen. Again, it was really tough to kind of debate what happened between Matsucic and Mr. Morris. I wasn't too sure, but it's the nature of the beast, isn't it? You try
for sure.
You try and keep yourself out.
We're wondering here now if we're going to see another Ripper Rapper story.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. You could get Shawnee, because he was 13th, wasn't he? In the same place that Ripper Rapper was. Yeah, it was 13th, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting.
It could be setting a precedent, couldn't it? Anyone who is 13 lucky for some, not unlucky.
13 isn't an unlucky number.
Exactly. This is true. I mean, because it's only 1 and 3, isn't it?
Alright, I think the guys are ready here.
Oh, yeah, so we got, again, another, well, all semis are probably stacked, but again, Hazard 101, Shawnee, Berries, Kenny, Magnus, and Ratek. Again, it's a solid lineup in these little beauties. I think everyone's in the right car. You know what, I didn't even notice in the last race, but I think everyone was in the right car, to be honest. It looked it, in all honesty. Be gutting for somebody if they weren't, but
yeah, that last race, I mean, I don't think I was at all the fastest, but I just managed somehow to
you stayed clean. You stayed clean, and you got exactly, I don't think you could have picked your car up and placed it around that corner into the Joker any better than you did it. Because you did it without pressure.
I held off a few times.
Yeah, I saw you coming in.
I was waiting for the right moment.
I thought you were going to do it on lap 2, but you went too wide. And I think you were scared of coming back across in case of getting T-boned. I don't think you would have been, but that's what I thought you'd done.
Also,
I thought you'd pulled it.
I think I lost a bit too much time there as well, and it just would have been awkward. So.
Yeah, last minute decisions.
Let's see what these guys can do now. We've got Berry sitting at the front on the outside.
I'm interested at watching for Magnus coming through the middle between the two of them.
That's going to be interesting. We've got Kenny and my usual spot there. Let's see what he can do.
You always get that spot. In all fairness. But again, Kenny gets off pretty good. Berries will get off well. Look at Kenny. Did he get... No, he didn't. He just got a brilliant start. It was. It could have sworn that was Matt Morris, couldn't you? Because they were both the same into that one. But again, the start's brilliant. But because you got 6 laps rather than the 4... you've got a little bit more scope. I'm wondering if anyone's going to take a lap 1. Somebody is. Was it Shawnee? Yeah,
Sean,
it was. Yeah.
I think he went a bit wide on the first corner, so I think he's just taking it.
Get it out of the way.
Space.
But he's done what? Who was it who did it in the last race? He's followed the barrier all the way round. That's cost him a lot. But
if you get stuck on that barrier, it's not.
You're like glued to it because your natural angle takes you to it. But
exactly.
Like
so
I say,
Magnus there in second now.
Kenny's going to go. Is he? Is he going to go? No, he's gone way too wide again. They're all going wide. if you noticed, I've noticed that.
Radcliffe down the joke.
Yeah, he's gone, and again, he's followed in. Yeah, I think they did that right, because in truth, it's going to get tough, this, because if they're all quite close to one another, you're either going to have to.
Has Barry's taken his joker?
Not yet, no.
Okay,
is he going to go now? He's going. I reckon he's going to go.
Radcliffe is pretty close behind him, considering he hasn't taken it. So
no, that's what I mean.
It's interesting to see where he comes out.
Magnus is going to go. No, he's not. I thought he was because he went in. What Magnus normally does is go absolutely total, almost perpendicular, and then so he gets the torque, and that's what he looked like doing.
Seems to be catching him though. Check
yeah, he is. There's nothing in it. It's only he is. He's getting a good run here, and again, like you said before, if he gets the right line on the joker, he could gain, not lose, because there is that to it. And again, 2/3 of the way in.
The problem here is sometimes Magnus.
Right, now he's going. Now he's not. I think
he goes.
Yeah, and that's why I think he chose not to do it. I thought he was going to go. You're fooling me, Magnus. You're doing it on purpose, mate. It's not difficult.
But the sideways style. Oh,
he's got the lead though. He's got the lead. See, these two, if they're sensible, I think Kenny backed out. I think Kenny backed out there, which makes sense. It's about qualifying. Yes, winning is good.
It is, and as long as he stays right behind Magnus here, he could beat them when he goes into the joker.
And I know there's an extra point in it. Magnus has got to go. He's got to go. He's not. He's going to go on the last lap.
He's holding it for the last one.
I think he's trying to build the lead. He's trying to see if he can build the lead. Berries is right on the back of Kenny. I know it says 0.6, but he looked really close. It might have just been the angle. He is closer. He looks.
Berries gets very close on these turns.
Yeah,
he's doing it a little
quicker. He's getting them. He's getting them out of them. His exit is brilliant. That's where he's gaining.
He's sliding it much. I think that's why he's getting.
He could get second. Yeah, I would not rule him out of this. Right, Magnus has got to go. He has to go.
So let's see what he does.
Yeah, and he's got that right. I see why he did that. It makes sense. He comes out. I notice he always goes very wide to the right, which gives him the best. This is tight. Yeah, this has lost him, but he's still going to come out first. Well done, mate. He did that well. Good effort from Berries. Can you get on the inside and take this? No, he lost it there, didn't he?
Sure.
That's a shame. No, he lost it on the curb there. I'm just watching the replay. He lost it on the curb there.
Top three.
That's a good three.
Fourth.
Yeah, no disrespect for Ratek in fourth, for Shawnee in fifth, who does a nice little donut.
There, I think.
And has that was a to be honest, that was a high class race. I think that was a high class race. And I can see Robin there. Hiya, mate. Hope you're enjoying this. Giving Magnus the backing there. I wonder why that was. But yeah, he did well. Good race that. Look at the times though. Again, 35.8 from Magnus. That's
4 Renaults into the final. Considering the Renault has never been used in our series ever.
But it proves it's a good car though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
It's obviously it's worthy of being added to the roster, I think would be the proper way of putting it. But yeah, I think credit there to Magnus, Kenny, and I'm going to give a special bit of credit to Berries actually for getting back in there, because at one point he lost a little bit.
Clean.
Yeah, it was, and apart from losing it right at the death, he did try it right at the death to see if he could, give himself a chance. He had a chance on the penultimate turn, and if he'd have got across to the right, he might have got the run going into the last turn on the right side. But he just caught the curb, I think, and that just threw him a bit. So I think he backed off at that stage, not to lose it, because that could have cost him a place in the final. And it ain't worth it, not for 1 point anyway. At that stage, because it's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, isn't it?
We just need to find you a cameraman now. I think.
Oh yeah, of course we can't have Berries. Well, if the worst comes to the worst and we haven't got one, I'll take it. I'll just have the matrix on the bottom, if it comes to it. It's not the best, but it's better than nothing.
I'm sure we'll find one.
But if
I'm just going to jump in the group.
Yeah, no worries. You do what you do, and I'll do my usual waffle, because I can do that. So anyway, hi Robin, nice to see you here, mate. Come on, people, come and join in. This is a final. Everybody wants to see this. You should have been in this, mate, but never mind. It's one of those. There's always next time, yeah? But good quality tonight, I think. Tell us what you think. You know, I don't know if you were around for the RF2 races, Robin, but if you saw the final of that, I thought that's the best race I've commentated on so far this season anyway. Obviously I've never done the previous ones, so you might know of other races, but that was pretty good. So we got all 6 guys in, and who've we got?
Found you a cameraman.
Who've we got? There they are. We got Johnny. Oh no, Matt, of course Matt. See, Matt is a man of many talents. I don't know what any of them are, but allegedly he's a man of many talents. So he's now going to turn his hand to using cameras and things like that. So if it's rubbish, blame him. It's got nothing to do with me, right? Nothing. That's my disclaimer. That's my disclaimer. No, I don't doubt him for 1 second. Not for a second. Right then, my money's on Kyle. No pressure, mate.
That's nice of you to say.
I want to know if you're going to be on the front row of the grid to my left or to your right, because only one race I've ever seen you not in that starting position.
Yeah, I was on the far left on the other one, which is your right.
Yeah. Every other race you've been in that position. It's like yours. It's going to have your name on it. It's not going to be P1. It's going to be Kyle's.
Okay. Anyways, I'm going to jump in now and
best of luck. Try and keep Magnus. You are in that position. You are there. That's brilliant. Anyway, so what we've got is on the front row of the grid. We've got Johnny. This is going to be mega interesting. So we've got Johnny and we've got Kyle on the first row of the grid. On the second row, we've got Magnus, who's in between the two of them, and Comaneci on the outside. And on the rear of the grid, we've got Berries alongside Kenny Shep. This is anybody's, I reckon. This is going to be tight, but my money's between Johnny. Yeah, absolutely. He's looking to bring it back. We're ready to rock and roll. Magnus did not get his usual amazing start. Now, there's contact there between Kyle and, was it Kyle and Comaneci? I think it was, but anyway, it didn't hinder anyone especially. Magnus didn't get his usual start, but he's managed to get himself up into second. Is he going to go for an early joker? It looked like he was. He is. He's getting it out of the way, which might be a damn good shout. Oh, who's gone there? Oh, it's not Kyle, is it? No, it's not Kyle. It's not Kyle. It was his teammate, wasn't it? Oh, Magnus and Johnny got a touch in on there. That didn't come out well, but obviously Magnus has taken his joker, so he might have a bit of an option there as Kyle comes back in to try and take Johnny. He's got a bit of contact with Magnus there, but I think all was well. Magnus on the inside there. Kyle's coming round. Kenny's going to take... No. Oh, it was going so well, mate. Sorry, Kyle. I'm trying to look at the replay of that while I'm looking at Magnus coming out behind Johnny and Kenny, and this is so super tight. It's a damn good race. It's a damn good quality race. Johnny and Magnus were probably the two people I was looking at amongst the good field, but Magnus has gone back on the inside and took it well. This is a super battle between these two. Not that it isn't from anyone else, but I think Johnny lost a little bit there. Kenny Shep trying to come up on the inside, trying to gain on him there with Comaneci in fourth. Kyle obviously must have got a bit of damage, but in all fairness to him, he's staying within. There's only 3.5 seconds between the 6. I think Berries has just taken his joker there, and he's just come out behind Kyle there. But again, we're only halfway through, so there is still anything can happen here. Poor old Kenny Shep's car's falling apart, but it's doing okay. It's matching well. So there's only Johnny not taking his joker yet. Is he going to go this time, or is he going to stick on the back? He's going to stay. He's going to stay and try and put a bit of pressure into Magnus here, but at the moment Magnus has got that pole position. I'm interested in why he didn't get his usual amazing start. Was that just because he wanted to play it safe, or did he just think, you know what, let's get the first lap out of the way, I think I've got the pace, I think I can do it? I don't know. So anyway, as we pass Johnny's going to take the lead. He's got the inside line. Will Magnus be able to come back at him? He's gone for that inside line, so he might have the cut on him. Is Johnny going to go? Magnus is on the inside. Johnny's going to go. He's got to go. Yeah, but he lost a bit of inertia going around there. I think he's lost a bit of time. He's gaining a little bit back coming out, but Magnus is going to come out in front. It's pretty much as you were, isn't it? So Magnus in front, penultimate lap. So Magnus leads from Johnny. I know it's Johnny Skeeney, but we just call him Johnny, it's easier, isn't it? Kenny Shep taking the 3rd place, Comanarchi's in 4th, Berry's in 5th, Kyle's in 6th. There's plenty of shouting going out for the SRX. Oh, what have you done there? Magnus has nearly messed up the corner completely, and that's let Johnny in. That's let Johnny in. There's still a chance here. He could get this, you know. He's come in and there is contact there, but I don't think there's anything naughty in that. It didn't look naughty for me. I think Magnus gave him the opportunity to get in there. But he might get it back. He might get it back as we come over the line. I think Magnus is taking it. Is he taking it? There's a bit of contact in there, a bit of elbows out, wasn't there? It's a good tight one, but it's certainly eventful. There were some elbows definitely out there.
As I crossed the line.
Seriously, you were doing all right again for the first two to 3 laps.
Yeah, and then I took too much contact there and got thrown into a wall.
I know. I again, I looked at the replay. We might need to look at the end of that. I'm just saying this. I'm not going to say much more. There was a fair battle between Magnus.
It was between Magnus and Johnny at the front, and then I squeezed in the inside and thought I'd overtaken them, and then I just got
I tried to look at the replay.
Somehow.
Again, it's like, I'll say provisional, and I'll just say this on the basis. It looks like a win for Magnus, and Johnny's taking second. There's a couple of things right toward the end that we might have to look at. I'll say might, but it was a really good race. It was a really good race. I think it was quite even actually, because I think Johnny hit Magnus at one point and Magnus caught Johnny at another point. I think it's fair. My opinion is, if you've got an opinion, stick it up on that chat. But I think it's fair. My first impression is result stands. That's as I see it. But hey, it was brilliant. It was a really good race. Not that I'm saying that the other guys didn't have a good race. It just didn't really happen for you and Berries. In truth, I think a couple of people had, a couple of. Well, yours was a major hit. Yours, I didn't see fully. I know I did see something, but I can't remember. To be honest, I probably need to sleep a bit. But I think the battle between Magnus and Johnny was awesome. I think that was brilliant. And
I was there for a little bit. But,
and Magnus had Robin on there cheerleading for him anyway. So. That was always going to happen. But that was a brilliant race. To be honest, both finals I thought were epic. I thought they really were epic races. To be fair, I thought they were really good.
Yeah, no, the guys were showing some class. Let's see.
Yeah, they pulled the stops out for that one. That was very, very good going. So I hope you liked it, guys. Again, it's a bit of a shorter session on a Wednesday than it is on a Monday because we haven't got 527 races to do on a Wednesday. Okay, slight exaggeration. And a shout out for Robin.
That the atmosphere is a bit more relaxed on a Wednesday than it is on a Monday.
Yeah, it's a bit less hectic, isn't it? But in all fairness, for Robin, who's been cheerleading there from the side, I know you couldn't make it tonight yourself, so thanks for supporting from the side and supporting your teammate. And again, I will give a shout out because you said awesome racing, very entertaining. So good. Glad you liked it. Sorry about the commentator and the cameraman. I know there's something always lets us side down, but that was good racing. That was a really good night. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed it, guys. We'll see you in a couple of weeks' time. And where are we? Because I can't remember.
Germany next. Hockenheim.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Yes, we have ways of making you be there. No, is that right?
When you want to see some engines blowing, that's where you go. Hockenheim.
Yes, we go to Hockenheim. So as they say in certain parts of the world. Ta-da. We'll see you then. Have a good time. See you in a couple of weeks and get some practice in because I need loads. Have fun, people.